Hello, everybody. Welcome back for another video. How the heck is everyone doing? I do sincerely hope that you're all having a great day or that you will have one. Depending on when you might be listening to this, people have told me before that they listen to this sometimes as they're waking up or as they're in the car going to work. So from this moment forth, I hope your day gets only more incredibler. A very, not a real word, very big thank you. Very big thank you to everyone out there who leaves a like on the video or who leaves a comment to also help out with the algorithm. If I sound a little groggy, you have good ears. I just woke up and it was like I walked into a wall. It was like a really heavy sleep. It was kind of like you have to like force yourself to kind of like get up, that kind of thing. This one was rough. I mean, there's been a lot of stuff going on. And anywho, yeah, welcome back. A lot of stuff to discuss today. You'll see some patterns in the actual discussions because it looks like we might have lightly re-looped back from whence we came. A lot of the discussions are once again, we had a couple of weeks, a literal few weeks, about nothing but Ethereum, a lot about stable coins, a lot about staking. What was the other thing? There was some other topic that we oh yeah, we had like a really weird thing for a couple days where we were talking about news that was also popular in like 2018. For some reason, that all resurfaced within the news. Today is going to be no surprise at all to anyone who's been here for at least the last, I'll give you summer, since at least summertime. There's a company, apparently a lot of people love them. They think they're awesome for what they're doing, and they're back in the news. Japan's Metaplanet has apparently expanded their Bitcoin treasury with another 5,419 Bitcoin, making it officially the fifth largest corporate holder of Bitcoin globally. There's been a weird difference, not weird, but Metaplanet was kind of this company. I don't know if they were doing it for jokes or what, but every time they accumulated crypto, it was constantly 1,111 Bitcoin, 888 Bitcoin, 123 Bitcoin. I don't know why they were doing it, but it was kind of their thing. Oh my gosh, look how much they bought. It's the same number again. Like that kind of thing. So 5,419. Oh my gosh, I can't believe what happened. The company said they acquired 5,419 Bitcoin. Latest oh geez Louise. It was they paid $633 million. Oh, I see now why they did it. You'll see in a couple of seconds. Metaplanet, famous for trying to, they say, in the next 12 in the next 14 months. In the next 14 months, this company says that they want 210,000 Bitcoin. Their latest purchase, 633 million. It now makes a lot of sense as to why they did 5,419, because it brings their total holdings to 25,555. They did it again. Oh, Metaplanet, you caught me off guard with that one. I guess I don't know, maybe someone there has like heavy OCD where they really, that's not a joke, where they really need to like have the number be similar or the same time. I'm not really exactly sure. And then there's a little chart right there going wee, as you can see the numbers basically pushing up higher into the air. So cool, fantastic. We have had a very long history at this point of companies accumulating crypto, and this year really was the difference. This was a complete change from what we've known. This will probably continue for a while. I just saw an article. I forgot who it was. It wasn't Tom Lee, but it was one like it was someone on that level, like excessively wealthy. They were talking about the crypto market, and they were saying how the people, and I mean this is just logic. They were like, the people who will benefit the most are the people who get in early, as everyone's expecting much, much higher prices in the coming years. If you haven't seen, 2 weeks ago, or just about, there was an article with someone discussing that they're expecting the amount of money that went into crypto this year is expected to triple next year, just from the companies who are like in here now. We're not even talking about, the other 300 companies that we're going to be hearing about in 2026. But yeah, that's the Meta Planet news. No real surprise there. We'll probably hear about them again in 2 or 3 days, because that's just how things have been. And yeah, let's move on. Also, this ties closely to it. A company called Capital B has confirmed that they now have 2,800 Bitcoin after acquiring 551 Bitcoin after they completed their capital increase. We've been getting a couple of things like this recently. I think one was even from Capital B. I think there were a couple of companies who announced in August, maybe even late July, that they were entering the space and they would be raising a bunch of capital. These numbers don't look that familiar. There was one who just recently announced that they had finally, it took them forever, a month and a half, finally procured $130 million to buy. Can you imagine just sitting there one day going, oh gosh, I'm so bored. I'm going to raise $130 million and I'm going to buy some crypto. That's, is woo. So that was, I'm pretty sure it was 130 million. This one is from Capital B. It says the blockchain group. There's also the Bitcoin group. There's, oh gosh, there isn't an altcoin group, but there's another name that's also very similar. And I said a month ago, I was like, you guys couldn't think of any other names. You all had to have the same all group in the same whatever. Cool. I guess. As we continue seeing this absorption of cryptocurrencies from these companies, I can only really hope that at some point in the very near future we end up getting information about, all of a sudden we went to sleep, and on the other side of the world, a billion people woke up and they were like, let me buy some crypto as well, because all the rich people are going to be extremely wealthy from it. Still haven't seen that headline. I'm still waiting, but hopefully we end up getting that one relatively soon. Also, this is going to surprise you. I don't know if you are ready for this, because we've never had news like this before, and it's going to be shocking and, dare I say, awe-ing. A company by the name of Robin Energy Limited, RBNE, has completed their initial $5 million Bitcoin allocation through a company called Anchorage Digital Bank NA. The Cyprus-based shipping company has announced, oh, there we go, another relatively non-crypto native, I assume, shipping company. They're not shipping out digital, anyway. We've had a healthy string of nail companies and massage companies. Meta Planet, I assume, still is a hotel chain. And we've had a bunch of weird, wacky things like that recently. So we haven't had a shipping company yet. Yeah, look at us, someone new moving into the space. The allocation was part of the company's treasury framework adopted in August. There's another one. I don't know why it took a while. We also had, remember the news about, I think it was Michigan. If you didn't see that video, Michigan is now moving forward with their Bitcoin treasury strategy holding kind of thing for the state. Apparently there was a seven-month break. Seven-month break of no discussions at all for multiple different states. But now they're all getting back into the swing of things, announcing that they're moving their bills forward. So a lot of these companies, and I do not remember the word Robin Energy Limited. I think I would have made some kind of a Batman joke along the lines of that. They said these things months ago, and now they're like, hey, okay, cool, now we're doing it. And it's like, okay, well, take your time. The International Ship Owning Company, which provides energy transportation services globally, said it may adjust the allocation based on market conditions and operational efficiency requirements. They said, we are pleased to have completed the allocation of $5 million to Bitcoin in accordance with our board-approved strategy. We believe in Bitcoin's unique characteristics as a scarce digital asset and see it as an integral, if you will, component of our long-term strategy to grow our company further and drive shareholder value. I mean, they all say that. They're not going to say, yeah, we want to be richer. They always say this kind of thing like, well, we believe in scarcity and we are doing it for the people. No, they're doing it for themselves just to make themselves richer because guesstimations are still throwing Bitcoin's price into the millions in the next 3 or so years. So yeah, who could have thought another company officially, here we are, jumping into the space. We have Robin Energy. I almost said Robin Hood Energy. How funny. Robin Energy Limited, Capital B, and MetaPlanet have all just thrown huge amounts of money at the market. Keeping in mind, yes, $5 million is a lot of money. We've had that discussion before. Sometimes we will hear that a company put 400 million and then another company put 2.8, and I'm like, 2.8 million is still a huge amount of money to throw into anything. But yeah, these are the current trends of the cryptocurrency space. They're going to continue. These companies are not going to stop. They want all of the cryptos. And yeah, let's move on. All right, this is probably a new section called like bizarre news. I don't really know what happened, what took place, what someone said, what someone thought. I assume this might be just like a runoff from other stuff that happens typically within the space. You might have realized in the last it's definitely been about 3 months. We had a bunch of companies popping up out of nowhere discussing, and I don't know why this happens in crypto. A lot of companies discussing that they like Bitcoin. And then, yeah, we're going to buy Bitcoin. And then a bunch of companies being like, Ethereum's the winner, like that kind of thing. And maybe people who are in crypto just like rivalries, maybe they watch too many sports, I'm not really sure, but there's always some kind of like a tribal thing kind of going on. My coin is better than yours, only my coin can do this. And I've told you for a number of years, they're all basically the same. They just kind of have different names, different companies behind them. They can all have smart contracts. They can all basically do staking. They can all, some are scarcer than others. Cool, got it. But for some reason on social media, people pretend like there's no way to implement a protocol on Ethereum that would bring the coin down to your maximum 21 million, like that kind of thing. Or even for XRP, I saw something, it was early summer this year. There was a weird discussion if Ripple would be able to like burn all of the coins that they're holding and like dramatically lower the supply, or do like a coin buyback similar to a stock buyback and basically buy a bunch of XRP and, only have a billion coins left. And people are like, that's nonsense. That could never. And I'm like, no, it could happen. You can also like set up the burn protocol to burn more coins. So everyone, or many people, not everyone, I know, many people sit in their corner and they think that their coin is like the best thing. And I assume that this is what the news comes from. There must have been some kind of an idea that also these rich people got in on it as well. These people are so wealthy, you can't even begin to imagine. I notice a lot of the tribal stuff seemingly has to do with people who like just got into the market, just got into like finance kind of thing. We've all been there. Everyone chose a coin and was like, no, this is the best coin. If you've been in the market for longer than 5 years, and I would say it this way, for the purposes of diversification, you probably have Bitcoin, you probably have Ether, you probably have about 7 other altcoins. You understand that they all have a purpose for their narrative reasons, but one is not inherently better than the others. Bitcoin has first mover advantage. It was adopted first. It came out first. People absorbed it first. And therefore, this is why, it's Bitcoin, the number one coin. It doesn't make the other coins like inherently more terrible. Anyway, fund strats, Tom Lee. Tom Lee has popped up recently as like the Spider-Man superhero figure Hulk thing for Ethereum. He's, I think, the head of Bitmine, the company who is accumulating millions of Ether right now. Tom Lee has clarified that there is no rivalry between him and Michael Saylor. Why there would have ever been one, I don't know. Tom Lee posted a selfie with Saylor, stressing that Ethereum and Bitcoin are friends. I assume at some point someone posted something on social media and was like, Tom Lee knows that Michael Saylor makes boiled eggs on Saturday. And then somebody was like, Michael Saylor knows that Tom Lee only has 3 islands. And people were like, oh, snap, you got him. And this is why why would you have had to mention this otherwise in some sort of way? If you weren't here for the logical breakdown, all of these people know each other and they have known each other for like 2 decades. A lot of people in crypto were shocked about that years ago when people found out that a lot of the earlier Bitcoin developers actually had ideas for the protocol, and then they were kind of shunned, and then they left, and then they created Ethereum. Some of the people who created Ethereum were, so the legend goes, shunned, and then they went on to create Cardano. Some other people who were originally working on the Bitcoin protocol and trying to find ways to advertise it or bring it forward, these people spun off and they created the company called Ripple. Some of the people who were working with Ripple, who used to work with Bitcoin, at some point decided they wanted to make more money and they created Stellar. Like, all these people know each other. They're actual friends. But in the crypto community, people don't know that. People don't care to learn about actual history, and they assume if they like Bitcoin more than Ether and they care for Ethereum protocols more than Bitcoin, well, then the rich people must also be beefing. No, they don't care. These people they're getting rich together. That's how. Okay, as reported by You Today, Lee previously attracted criticism from members of the Bitcoin community for aggressively pivoting to Ethereum, promotion with Bitmine technologies. Well, the problem is that people who like Bitcoin only like Bitcoin. So a lot of times Bitcoin maximalists tend to get quite annoyed when someone announces that there might be another alternative to Bitcoin, or that they like grapes instead of oranges. It sounds like a joke. No. I've been here long enough. I remember when I first was like, hey, XRP looks like, it's kind of cheap. It might go to 5 cents. The backlash that I remember looking at the screen and I was like, What? No, no, people. Why criticism for what? Bitcoin is not a religion. Bitcoin is not like this thing. Like, Bitcoin doesn't give you wings when you announce that you like it. Like, oh my gosh, I really like my wings. Ethereum, and then you fall down to the ground. Like, it's a protocol. Like, other people have the right to, if you believe in your heart that Bitcoin is like the best thing ever made, well, guess what? That's wonderful for you. I'm happy that you have the freedom of choice to be able to go, I want to invest in that. If someone else invests in Solana or Tron, I don't care for those protocols at all. But if that's what they think that they need to do in their lives to make some money, then go, 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 fly, fly, fly. Go have fun on your own. This, I don't know, it's a bit weird. So anyway, cool. Yeah. I saw this floating around, and I was like, Ethereum and Bitcoin are friends. And I was like, oh, of course, this had to be said out loud because of the whole tribalism thing. So, yeah, just going to reiterate this. Keep your head down. Pay attention to your money. Yeah, see? Makes more sense now. Do what you need to do for your money and your wealth and your family and your life. And stop paying attention to what other people are doing. If they buy a coin that you don't like or you don't have, guess what, buddy boy? You don't have it. I have never ranted and raved down the street stomping, screaming at people who own Apple stock or who Nvidia. I can't spell that. It just doesn't make a lot of sense. So yeah. Well, my friends, that's gonna do it for this video. I do sincerely hope that you have all enjoyed. I hope you're having fun, making money in your own way, however that fits you. Thank you all, every single one of you, once again, for watching, listening, liking, commenting, and supporting the channel. And I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.